Hi, welcome to our tutorial video. Here, we'll explain how to use all the MATI API requests in Postman. The first thing you have to do is to go over to docs.getmati.com and then find our Run in Postman button here so you can import your Postman request. Of course, Run in Postman. And this action will import our collection into your Postman. It takes a while, but here you go. Since I already have it, I'm not gonna import it, but this is how you will get it. Once you click import, you will get something like this. You will get a collection, which is a kind of folder with all the requests that you will need. First, we'll have to go over to authentication. To be able to authenticate yourself through our API, you first have to have a MATI dashboard account and then find your client ID and your client secret. Just give it a second. Which are these two? You find them here in SDK's integration. This is your client ID and your client secret. I already have them, so I'm not gonna put them here again. So nothing special here, it's just an authorization step. Let's try that out. And here you go. You get your JWT access token. You can feel free to set this as an environment variable so you're not using it every time. You're copying and pasting every time. So we can do our step 2, which is create an identity. Let me paste here before I forget. And well, let's go over here. In this step, you create an identity. This identity ID specifically will be attached to any user you want to verify with us. So additionally, we recommend you to use a metadata JSON file so you can know which user are you verifying with this request. Just be mindful that special characters, so no spaces here. Let's send that, and there you go. We have created our first identity. So let's copy this and paste it into the endpoint of send input. Let me stop a second here. So send input is a step in which you give us the user's pictures of the document, videos, or selfies. Please be mindful that the settings that you need to comply with in your Postman or in your API requests are dependent on whatever configuration you have in your MATI dashboard. For the first request that I want to show you, I exclusively have a national ID, no biometrics, and I'm restricting it to Mexico. So let's try this out. Let's paste the token here. And well, this is very important. You have to tell us what kind of inputs are you sending. I think I already have this others set up, so we'll have to go through that again. No, that's not true. So, okay, let's start over. So, first we have to specify the country, which is Mexico in this case. There is no regions, it's a national ID. File name is the one that I'm gonna upload, which is my ID right here on the backside. So let's give that into the JSON on the backside as well. So let's erase the region here so we don't have any inconsistencies. And as well have MX. So let's try that out. And we have a positive result. 201 created. So once you finished, or once you finish sending the user's information, you will see that in the, let's format this so it's more for humans. So you will see that in your webhooks. I recommend using webhook.site as a testing environment. You can set that right here in your SDK's integration page. Just give it this site and you'll be able to see all of them right here. So let's go to the beginning. So this is it's not this one. There you go. This is where we created the identity, which is the event called verification started, and the metadata we passed in. Then verification inputs completed. This means that Mati received everything it needed to verify your user. After that, you will get the document reading step. This means that Mati finished reading everything in the user's ID, which is my own data right here. Thankfully, I'm not in any watch list. This is a special check that happens in Mexico. It's called Mexican INE validation. This means that my ID is it's usable to vote in general. This check goes to the government database and checks that the numbers in my ID are valid. There's another check that is also exclusive to Mexico. It's called the Corp validation. And this is my citizen number. After that, you'll get template matching. This check tells you that the user indeed provided you with the right kind of document so he can be verified. For example, this check will be negative, aka 400, if I uploaded a passport instead. Then you will get the verification completed webhook. This means that Mati has finished working with the verification itself, and then as well, this one is fired at the same time as verification completed. We just got it their own way, but this is saturation detection. It means that Mati didn't find anything wrong with my ID visually. So what next? Once you have the verification completed webhook, or in fact at any point in the verification process, you can consult the verification resource. Let's do that. It's probably expired already, so I'm going to refresh the token. I'm copying this JWT. And go to the get. Let's get the token here. And it's important to note that the resource that you're getting in your verification completed webhook or in any of them contains all the information that we have collected from the user. So let's check that out. There you go. So this is everything Mati found on me. Everything that Mati verified. So you got the Corp validation, the INE validation that we mentioned. Template matching is correct. Everything from the document reading step is also here. And everything that they found in the government database. My ID is also not expired. And in general, everything looks good, looks well. And the